Alright guys, today I'm going to show you how to flare and bend brake lines. For this exercise, what we're going to do, we're going to measure off 2 foot of brake line. See if I can do this here. Probably not. Nothing ever works right, does it? Alright, so we got it marked right here at 2 foot. Take a Sharpie. You're going to mark your mark over here. 2 foot. So where you got the mark somewhere. Alright, this is your tubing cutter, guys. I think I showed y'all this previously. We'll go through it again just to make sure. Maybe. Alright, here's the deal. When you turn this, you're going to turn it a couple of times and tighten it up each time that you do. Because as you tighten it up, you don't want to crank it all the way down real tight. You want to just turn it till you'll feel it get loose and tighten it up a little bit more. Each time you do it, you're going to tighten it up just a little bit more. If you try to tighten it,
twist it or bend it, like
yeah,
in.
If you tighten it too tight, it'll actually collapse the line.
Something will bend the line.
Yeah. So you just want to just get enough pressure on it where that blade in there is going to dig in, cut into the line. And yes, this takes forever if you do it right. 10 minutes. Alright, so you got it cut. Now you're going to take your little deburring tool. You're going to clean the inside of it out. It's just like a little drill bit. If you don't have a deburring tool, you can actually use a little drill bit to clean it out with. Okay? Alright, now I'm going to use this old one because it works better. I feel like it works better.
What are you doing there?
We're actually going to chuck it up in this angle so that we can begin our flaring process. You're going to tighten this down in here. But you got to measure how much line you got sticking through before you get it too far tight. What you're going to do there is you're going to use one of these little tools and set it on here. I've got too much line through right now, so I need to loosen that up. Oh, I ain't got enough. And you're going to make that line where it just barely does fit right there and reaches to the top of that first ledge on that tool, okay? Now we got to get this good and tight. I'm actually going to use this one here because I like it better. Alright, this is your little handle type tool here. Got to click it, set it sideways, I didn't get it turned back from it. Alright, you put that on there, and then you're going to take your little tool that we just used, you're going to flip it over, and the little nipple on the end of it is going to go down inside that line. Alright. We're going to tighten this down. As you tighten it down, it's going to mash that line in the top of that.
Open it up.
It's going to it'll actually crush it down and form. If you look, there's a little bevel in here, and this is going to crush that down until it forms in to that bevel. Now you want to tighten it down until the little anvil piece that you use is down flush with this tool here, okay? So I've got it to that point, so I'm going to take this back off, remove my little anvil, and if you look, you can see how it's kind of rounded the top of it there?
Yeah.
You see it? Okay. Now we're going to do our second part of our double flare. That's That's why they call it a double. You have to do it twice. Alright, so now we're just gonna use just this tool. We're gonna tighten it down again. Now this is the part of the process where you're actually making your contact when you put your lines together. This is what's gonna seal it. So you gotta be careful. You don't just start cranking on it. You have to tighten it up a little bit, loosen it up, look, see what it looks like. Decide whether you need to go a little bit more or a little bit less. See there, I need to go just a little bit more because it's too thick around the outside edge. Tighten it up a little bit more maybe. Back and look at it again. And we're getting pretty close right there, okay? That's gonna be pretty close to what we want right there. Alright, now we're gonna take this back apart. We'll take all the stuff back off, and then we can look at it and see what we got. Alright, see how it's pretty even around there? Everything? Y'all good with that? Alright. Now we're going to start our bending process. Now I told you in the past you're going to do two different bends. We're going to make it just like the brake line coming off of the master cylinder. And this right here is our tubing bender. The first thing we're going to do, we're going to make a 90-degree bend. So we're going to take this tubing bender, we're going to bend it right here. Now this thing's got a graded scale on it. Zero's up here, that means your line's straight. And as you come around, you can look at what degree. There's 45 degree, and down here's a 90 degree. So when I get my zero here lined up with that, I've made a 90-degree bend, correct? Alright, so that's how you're going to do that. So we got not quite 90 degrees, is it? So when you get done, you can finesse it, but the trick is to start out with this so that you don't kink this line right here. You kink the line, then you don't get fluid through it. Then you basically got to start all over. Now this is a old-fashioned way of making these coils. Take your piece of PVC pipe. You got to start slowly. You're going to start slowly bending this around. You start bringing this around that pipe. It's not easy, but it can be done. Once you get it started, it goes pretty good. I'm going to go around the pipe twice. Okay? Now you'll see my 90 degrees is not there anymore, is it? The reason it's not there is because when I was trying to do that, I messed it up. So you're going to come back with your tubing bender and straighten that back up. Maybe everything works right. Hold it in there like that. That's in the way. No, it's so complicated, did you? I got everything all messed up. There's my spread this out. Now guess what we need to do here?
Go down.
We need to make another 90 go that way. So we're going to come back with our tubing bender. Tuck it back up in here. Maybe. We're going to make another 90 degrees go back down that way. There's your brake line. Any questions? No questions? Everybody can do that?
Does it matter what slot you put it in, or the
Well,
different sizes?
Yeah, each slot on your tubing bender is going to be for a different size. The smaller one, and each tubing bender is different. Some of them have a smaller one over here and a big one over here. but they'll all have different sizes for the different sizes of tube. And this is small tube, and so you're gonna go with the smaller size slot. Okay? So everybody ready to do their own?